picture life with no water. Well, as you guessed it, without water, there is no life. The big question here is, what have you and I done to use this resource effectively and efficiently? And more so, what are some of the ways that we can conserve our water? Well, on today's show, the Micro Enterprises Support Program Trust shows us effective greening methods that you and I can use to collect and conserve our water, as well as some of the good agronomic practices that support the green economy. Welcome to our green episode on Rescue My Business. I'm Shiko Kaitani.
Global warming, also referred to as climate change, is the current increase in temperature of both land and water, as well as the atmosphere. It has harmed our environment in many ways and affected people's lives. These negative effects have seen nations, including Kenya, converge for conferences to discuss the way forward. Organizations such as MESPT have also not been left behind. Through its vision of being the leading and preferred provider of resources for the development of enterprises, MESPT is anchored on three pillars, namely enterprise development, value chain development, and green growth development. In the past episodes, we have been focusing on MESPT interventions in relation to specific agri-value chains and the enterprise development aspect of those very same value chains. Today, we shift our focus to understand more about MESPT's approach to green growth economy, which involves the promotion of resource-efficient, clean and climate-sensitive technologies and solutions.
Green growth simply means fostering economic development while safeguarding the environment on which our well-being depends. And here at MESP, we have been supporting the Kenya strategy for a green economy through interventions in the agriculture sector, which include water resources management and conservation, responsible and sustainable agriculture and farming methods, water harvesting, renewable energy and clean energy at both farm level in the small industries.
And so, how is MESPT playing its part in the green growth revolution? Well, this means engaging individuals, institutions and organizations that are committed to working on interventions that are advancing the green economy in Kenya. On today's show, we explore MESPT interventions in ensuring green agriculture and how this is impacting smallholder farmers both at farm and home level. We meet farmers who have adopted conservation techniques and are even using bioslurry, which is an excellent organic fertilizer that improves soil and crop yields. From extensive research, most smallholder farmers not only lack the capital for farm inputs, but a key resource: water. The Micro Enterprises Support Program Trust has stepped in a number of ways to meet farmers at their very need on how they can have access to consistent water supply.
As an organization, we have a focus on farming as a business, and particularly we encourage farmers not to rely on rain-fed agriculture. As such, we support the farmers with water harvesting initiatives. We construct weirs where in the regions where we have a pool of farmers for irrigation. We also do support with installation of dam liners where they can do harvest surface run of water for irrigation onto their farms. The effect of these initiatives that MESP has in the region is such that the farmers are able to have production throughout the year as opposed to where they were initially relying on rain-fed agriculture, and that meant that a lot of time in the year then they would not be in production.
In the heart of Makueni County, we got to meet Teresia Musau and Muli Mwendo, who are French bean farmers growing and harvesting for the export market. With infrequent rainfall in the eastern region and limited access to irrigation systems, their farming businesses have suffered. But with assistance of MESPT, holistic mitigations and solutions have provided Teresia and Muli a chance to recover from the negative effects of these challenges.
Wakaonelea tu wakati wa kiangazi tunashindwa na kulima juu ya maji na kuanga kidogo. Alafu wakatuletea laina, tukachimba mashimo, alafu tukawekelea maji, tunaendelea tu kwa kunyunyizia mishiri yetu.
Water pans are water storage structures that are easy to construct and use. They are excavated about 1 meter to 3 meters deep and have compacted banks all around, which are then fitted with liners to control seepage, allowing the pans to retain as much water as possible for later use. They can now have water for domestic use and for crop irrigation. Various partnerships with local farmer cooperative societies have seen many farmers like Janet Musingi benefit from initiatives by MESPT. She too is a beneficiary of a water pan that is helping her carry on with farming all year round without having to depend on the rains only.
Wakasema wanataka wakulima 7 kutoka Kitui County yote waweke dam liners, wale wamechimba dams. Tukimwambia I'm one of them na ina leak. Kwanza tuliambiwa tutapatiwa 30%, tutatoa 30% na MESPT tulipia 70%. Wakakuja wakaangalia wakapima, nikaona nimeweka dam liner. Sasa ikawa maji hakuna kusink. Nikashukuru Mungu sana.
Something she says she is grateful to MESPT for. Water resource management is one of the key elements under the Green Growth Program by MESPT. And so, farmers who have limited access to water have been introduced to irrigation systems, especially the drip.
We have emphasis on efficient utilization of resources, and where the resource here in question is the water, which is scarce in the region, we encourage the farmers to sparingly use it, and that is why we encourage the drip irrigation, so that they can use the water that they have for a longer period of time, and hence are able to be in production throughout the year.
For minding water usage in the landscape, there's no better way to direct water straight to the source, plant roots of course, than through drip irrigation.
MESPT intervenes or provides interventions at farm level through water harvesting or harvesting service runoff. These are whereby we have got water being abstracted from a river. It flows to the farms by gravity. And once now it reaches the farm level, the farmers are using water efficient systems. This is the drip irrigation systems, or even button drippers for those who are doing orchard farming.
The hallmark of drip irrigation is the system's ability to efficiently water plants because of controlled delivery of water directly to the ground. Drip irrigation systems consist of tubing through which water travels from its source to drip emitters, also known as micro-sprinklers. Drip irrigation tubing is snaked through ground cover areas, and water literally drips from the emitters right to the plant's root zones. The drip irrigation project has been well adopted by farmers in arid and semi-arid areas such as the coastal and Ukambani areas. And farmers are now able to realize benefits such as maximum use of available water, maximum crop yield, and high efficiency in the use of organic fertilizers. Farmers have seen the negative effects of low rainfall. Relying on rainwater alone could ruin their harvest. Through MESPT, farmers are now able to farm consistently, with the knowledge provided to them on water management and the introduction of drip kits.
Kulingana hizo drip kits, si kwamba tumepata afueni kidogo, kwa sababu maji pale ndani unafungua kidogo size ile unataka kwenye shimo la pilipili, na unakuta kwamba gharama yake ni kidogo.
MESPT strategies in the conservation of soil and water to maintain productivity include rainwater harvesting by means of water pans, live water barriers called water weirs, irrigation, mulching, bonded basins, and tree planting. Indeed, there is need to promote the use of natural resources responsibly and in a manner considered globally as best standards to avoid depletion. And this is what MESPT firmly believes in.
The main essence of natural resource management is to make sure that whatever our farmers are doing is profitable, because if the soils they are working with, if the water they are working with are not in good conditions, it means the farmers cannot get enough produce from whatever they are doing. And we also seen that now with the changes in the climate, the rains were so fluctuating. So we have been trying to see how we can incorporate water harvesting into the system, whereby after you have now planted your seedlings, you can have that water pan which harvests running water from rain. Then you can use it when there is a lot of droughts, and then the farmer can continue harvesting and get even better prices, because at those times the production is very low, so the prices will go up.
While MESPT plays its role by ensuring players in the agricultural sector understand natural resource management, they too have gone a step further in helping hundreds of smallholders and enterprises in greening the agricultural value chain. And you might ask, how so? Well, ensuring sustainable agricultural practices calls for lots of farmer trainings and advisory on good agronomic practices that are responsive to farmers, producers, and consumer needs. Good agricultural practices are of the highest importance when it comes to farming. High quality on the production level is mandatory, as this can greatly affect a farmer's income level. MESPT therefore assists farmers and processors to develop agriculture with resilience based on technology and innovation under their capacity building services. Some of these agronomic advisories and trainings focus on the following: soil health and fertility, integrated pest management, integrated crop management, improve technologies to enhance agricultural productivity, organic farming, information sharing and dissemination, certifications of agricultural production and processing, and finally, development of business plans. Certification is very important for both farmers and processors looking forward to access the export market. Some of the certifications include Global GAP, ISO, Organic and Fair Trade, among others.
One thing that I would stress is the quality. You have to do the best farming, and the gaps, we call them the good agricultural practice. It must be done properly. Because without that, you are just a farmer like any other farmer. But you have to do it right to be different from the others. Yes, and we are there to support any farmer who comes across, and our office is open 24/7.
Another aspect under the Green Growth Intervention Program is the post-harvest loss management. Most farmers and processors have incurred losses amounting to thousands and sometimes millions of shillings gone down the drain due to poor storage after harvesting their produce. This means they lack the right market offering them the right price. MEST, as a result, has introduced various interventions to arrest such challenges, which include the following: collection centers, milk chilling systems, export vegetable coolers, agro-processing units, and solar drying technologies. Collection points or bulking centers have been life-changing for thousands of farmers on the grassroots level. With central points to drop off their produce, farmers no longer have to struggle mentally and physically as to where to take their produce. Collection points act as middle markets, consuming produce, which is then sold to larger outputs. And of course, these collection centers act as social spots, creating a sense of oneness amongst farmer groups.
Over the years, we have been looking at the greening element, whereby we are looking at these technologies which can be embraced by the various players at the production level, at the SME level, and also at the financial institution level to enhance efficiency, which will again be able to ensure this sustainability. We have been able to realize increasing participation in terms of farmers across the areas where we have been intervening, and that has been an encouragement. Number two, we have been able to realize increased levels of production, and not only in terms of volumes but also in terms of quality. Number three, we have also been able to realize increased linkages to market, not only local market but also export market. And again, of course, this synergy, involvement of various partners, involvement of various actors in the things that we have been supporting over the years.
Musine farmers have their collection center, also called a shed, whereby they take their produce after their pick of the day. This is where they grade and weigh them as they wait for the buyer. Thanks to MEST, a creative, economical, and environmentally friendly solution was born. This coal and mesh cooler you see, believe it or not, preserves their French beans for many hours before collection by the buyer. The store is worth gold to these farmers, as it means no more post-harvest losses.
MESPT ikatusaidia, ikakuja ikatujengea mahali tulikuwako tukilend na hii chakokula. Hii chakokula vile unaiona imetengenezwa mzuri na MESPT ili ikue inawasaidia wakulima. Na usaidizi wa hii kula, tukiweka hizi marako yetu hapa, gari hata ikikuja kesho yake inakuja inapepa kitu fresh.
With the introduction of the milk coolers and chillers, farmers have a drop-off point and consumers are assured of high-quality milk thanks to this intervention.
We must make Kenya a green economy. In the next 5 years, we are faced with eminent risks that could actually turn this country into a desert. And also our lives are at risk because of the continued increase in pollution and chemicals that are used in farming that are contaminating the foods we eat. That's why you find even this kind of menace we are having in terms in the name of cancer. Some of this arises from what we are consuming.
it's all about going green this week and next week on Rescue My Business. If you would like to know more about water resource management and green agronomic practices, you know what to do. Give us a call. Our numbers are on your screen, and so is our Facebook page. Thanks for watching. I'm Shiko Kaitani.